What's up YouTube? Capital G here, making the quickest market watch you guys will ever see on my channel. Not even really a market watch, more of a buyer's beware guide, and just a video telling you guys not to jump to conclusions, not to make really bad investments that could potentially burn you in the butt based on speculation and rumors, because I believe people have already started doing it and you're seeing it in the secondary market. So I'm looking at Ancient Leaf on TCG Player, and this is absolutely absurd and just ridiculous. I can't even believe what I'm looking at, but this is a card that is currently $9. And if you don't know what Ancient Leaf is, it's a card from Ancient Prophecy. It's like super old. It's a common, definitely out of print. I want to say Ancient Prophecy is from the 5Ds era, and that it had Ancient Fairy Dragon on the front of the, what's it called, on the front of the pack. I feel like it's about the fourth set from 5Ds. I could be wrong about this, but anyways, the card was less than $3 this morning, and it is basically tripled in price. And that's not even for like lightly played or even mint or near mint copies of the card. That's for moderately played. These are fucked up versions of the card, and you're basically paying triple the amounts. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, why the hell did this happen, Cap? What does this card even do? Is it broken or something like that? Because generally this only happens, you know, like during YCSs or ARGs or something like that, where like somebody finds some amazing card that no one had discovered in the meta, and it's like, oh shit, we got to get on this. This card is like super good right now for competitive play. And obviously Ancient Leaf has not, you know, done anything or anything like that. So it's a common, as I said, normal spell. It says activate if your life points are 9,000 or higher. Activate by paying 2,000. Draw 2 cards, and you just think, well, shit, Cap, 9,000, like, when am I ever gonna have 9,000 life points? Even in the days of triple upstart, this card would have been sketchy at best as like a tech card, because you're kind of relying on your opponent, and there aren't that many cards in the game that like increase your life points, let alone a lot of coherent strategies that would consistently get you over 9,000 life points. This is because of a rumor that is going around. It was posted on Facebook, and it was posted on Twitter, and it was posted on Japanese websites, and now it's basically exploded, and it's got legs, and it's starting to affect the secondary market. And basically they are supposed to be, again, this is rumors. I take this all with a grain of salt. There's a reason I didn't even make a video about this, because I was like, I'm not gonna make a video about some fucking rumors. I'll just wait to see if this shit is confirmed. It could be somebody just completely trolling, wanting to get a laugh at the, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh community. So there are some alleged rumors that are going to drastically, or I should say, could drastically affect the game. One of the rumors is that we'll be moving from 8,000 life points to 12,000 life points. I know another rumor is that you will no longer be able to pendulum summon if you are the player going first. At least you will not be able to pendulum summon on your first turn. And Ancient Leaf kind of comes into effect because if you guys have ever played like a tag duel on Def Pro or YGO Pro, usually you have 16,000 life points because both players share life points. 8,000 times 2, both players, is obviously 16,000. And Ancient Leaf is kind of broken in tag duels because, you know, you can draw it in your first turn and it's basically a pot of greed. If you draw a couple of them, I mean, shit, you get to like 9 card hand sizes and it just gets stupid. And it obviously doesn't have the huge drawback of something like Desires, where you have to get rid of like a quarter of your deck and it's not once per turn or anything like that. Obviously, this is one of those cards where Konami probably realistically never thought of a way that you'd be able to use this consistently. But if we move hypothetically to 12,000 life points, you'd be able to activate 2 copies and still be at, you know, 8,000 life points. So it'd be like you having 4 new cards in your hand, but you're still at the old Yu-Gi-Oh life points. So obviously that would be like super good. You'd have this huge hand and you'd have so many ways of just like disrupting your opponent, etc., etc. The thing about this, and what I find ludicrous, is none of this has been validated. None of this has been confirmed by anybody. Like, no one even knows where this information came from. As far as I can tell, what people are saying is it's just a guy on Twitter. Like, what the fuck? So basically you're saying that like me, MegaCapitalG, I can just go on Twitter tomorrow and be like, oh yeah, you know what I mean, Mom Rat's getting banned next Tuesday, and like no one will buy Mom Rat. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, don't get me wrong, Some of these changes sound definitely good. Like, I would definitely be on board with both of these changes. I think that they would be like super positive for the game. I would love to see 12,000 life points, because I think 8,000 life points is super outdated. I mean, it worked obviously before the game got fast, and way before like the pendulum mechanic and et cetera, et cetera. But I don't understand why this is how, like, people are taking this with any form or like any shred of validity at all. It just doesn't really make any sense. And I've been stressing this point constantly. Like, I keep telling Nadir this: we're not going to get any information on the new mechanic until Code of the Duelist. Like, it's going to come out in that set. And like, I thought it was already known that the information when it comes to the new mechanic and any new rules, obviously they update them, you know, with the animes. We're not going to get any of this information until the April V Jump is released in Japan. I think it's going to be probably about the middle of next month, and it's, in truth, it's going to probably be the biggest V Jump of the entire year. The April V Jump for like 2017 is going to be huge, because there are three huge things Konami has to cover. They have to cover obviously the 6th Yu-Gi-Oh anime. They've got to talk about all of that shit, because the anime starts in April, so obviously they got to fucking promote it somehow. They've got to talk about Code of the Duelist, the actual booster set. They got to talk about the new cards, and then they have to talk about whatever the new mechanic is going to be. I know that on this page there's supposed to be speculation that we're going to be getting like a 4th deck, I guess, to go alongside like the extra deck, the main deck, and I don't even know. I like, it's hard for me to even comprehend all of this, considering it could be something that is just being pulled completely out of somebody's ass. But I don't understand why it is such a big deal, and why people are taking this seriously when we already know when we're getting the information, guys. All we have to do is just be patient and wait. And I know that there's always kind of like this want to beat the crowd, or to beat the rush, essentially, metaphorically speaking. Like, hey, I want to beat the traffic, I want to get these cards and pick them up before. But is it really worth the risk? Like, what if this guy is just absolutely trolling and none of this shit ends up being true? It's like, what if somebody spent $27 on a playset of Ancient Leaves? Like, you basically have toilet paper. This card is completely irrelevant. So I don't know, guys. I think anybody who's even thinking about buying Ancient Leaves should just chill out, because even if we do find out that there are going to be a ton of new rules, like, they're not going to hit the TCG until August anyways, guys. Like, Code of the Duelist is not coming out until August, so don't believe anything that you guys hear until that V Jump comes out. Like, until you guys actually see some scans of the V Jump, don't believe anything, because this right here, this is nonsense. This is ludicrous. Even in maybe a month and a half, these rules are confirmed, but is it really even worth the risk? So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. I think this shit is crazy. There's a reason why I didn't even want to talk about this, because I figured something like this is going to happen. But I mean, it's already happened now, so nobody can blame, oh my goodness, Cap hyping Ancient. Nah, it already happened. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching as always, and subscribe if you have not already.